So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Wilson, as far as we know, has nobody except
ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your main event and is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Coming to the ring first, he is your IZW senior official, Mark Wilson.
Now, Mike, I have traveled quite a lot of time with Mark Wilson. I've known him for, I guess, about 3 years now. Mark Wilson prides himself on being an unbiased person, on being the best official that this, not really just the state, but this entire region has to offer. Many times this man has been the winner of the Oklafan.com voting poll for Referee of the Year. He is a referee, he is not a wrestler, and he is a man who prides himself on restraining and not letting his personal feelings get in the mix. But
you know, that's why he's such an asset. Like you said, not just to this company, but just about every company throughout the region.
But he simply could not take it when Johnny Z kicked him in the nether regions at Redemption to earn a disqualification in his championship match with Damon Windsor. And then to see what Johnny Z was doing the last time I was here 2 weeks ago, and he couldn't resist. He couldn't help himself, and he returned the favor, taking Johnny Z downstairs. And now he finds himself in this position, having to look across the ring at
and his opponent, representing Impact Elite, he is the owner, the founder, the natural born leader, the savior of wrestling, your IZW champion, Johnny Z!
Fans, you know, you hear Johnny Z introduced in this manner so many ways, the founder, the owner, the natural born leader, and the savior. It's not just a cliche, he truly believes that.
You know, Johnny Z is clearly very happy with the goings on and the things that have happened tonight.
You see Mark Wilson mocking Madam Commissioner. I don't think that's going to get him any brownie points.
Mark Wilson, well, he's ready for this.
Hello! Now that we have everything situated, Mark Wilson, we have a very special gift for you. The coup de grace, if you want to say. This is a no DQ match.
That can't bode well. That's going to make it perfectly legal for the other members of Impact Elite to get themselves involved in this. And as we said, Mark Wilson has no backup. Damon Windsor locked up in the back, double D, physically incapable of moving. Brandon Bishop, I'm sure Brandon Bishop would love to get his hands on Johnny Z. Brandon Bishop put out by the convict earlier.
Well, you know, all those aforementioned are, you know, Double D, beat to hell. You've got Damon Windsor, beat to hell and handcuffed to a door. You've got Brandon Bishop with injuries still yet unknown from not one, but two 15 to 20s delivered to him by the convicts. One of them on the ramp to get to that ring that Johnny Z is climbing into as we speak. And I'll tell you right now that for Madam Commissioner to make a call like that, to set this as no disqualification, puts Mark Wilson not just as the underdog, but at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah, Mark Wilson already entered into this match as the underdog because he's not an experienced wrestler. Johnny Z, over 10 years of professional wrestling experience here. And the look of determination that you see right there on the face of Mark Wilson shows it all. He's not backing down. He knows he's going to be in for a fight. He knows it's going to be an uphill battle. But he said, I was here when he said 20 years ago, for what Johnny Z did to him, he would have kicked Johnny Z's ass. And tonight he's going to have to take that same level of intensity and Johnny Z if he expects to get out of this alive.
Exactly. He's going to have to apply everything that he has. And my hope and my best wishes go out to Mark Wilson right now. Not only is he going to need that, but he's going to need to utilize every bit of instruction and training that he's had from the professionals that he has been working with, as they are no longer physically capable of being present to assist him. He does have the support of the audience, and that goes without saying. Brock Landers in the ring to officiate the main event tonight.
And you know that Brock Landers has got to be kind of torn here. I mean, Mark Wilson served as kind of a mentor to Brock Landers, as he has with many of the referees that have passed through here, as he has the Chance Snodgrass, as he has the Chris Smith. And now I'm sure that Brock Landers would love to do anything that he can to help Mark Wilson in this position, but his hands are tied. He has got to call this down the middle. He's got to be unbiased.
You know who else's hands are tied? Damon Windsor, and that puts us at a. It's not even a crossroads. It's just a tunnel of destruction, is what it seems right now. But Johnny Z is definitely delaying the
Johnny Z
matchup here tonight.
Knows that the situation is now in his court. He's got all the marbles, if you will. It's just as we wait for this to start here, Johnny Z finally looks like he's going to get prepared here, and I kind of wonder if maybe what wrestling should be has moved one of the monitors. You know, this would be exactly the type of thing they do. Moved one of the monitors over to where they have Damon Windsor locked up, just so that Windsor can watch what's potentially going to happen here and know, again, that he can't do anything to help.
Well, it's a form of mental anguish and mental torture that you can put somebody through, and I definitely believe that they are Mark Wilson displaying a little bit of speed here.
Well, I'm sure he learned that from Double D. I don't think Johnny Z was expecting that.
Well, Johnny Z wants to get his hands on this and settle this grudge once and for all.
And again.
I'm sure Johnny Z feels that he has, more important things to do than be out here over a battle about whose family jewels are more sore.
Nice bit of flair there from referee Mark Wilson, or wrestler Mark Wilson, as he is now. And a drop toe hold. We saw that demonstrated in one of the earlier videos there. Hip toss. Another hip toss.
You know what's occurring to me right now is that Mark Wilson may damn well be the guy.
A body slam from the Butterscotch Stallion,
who just completely surprises the IZW world here tonight.
And surprises the IZW champion, as he came in here, I'm sure, with a game plan, and now he's on the outside wondering what in the world. I didn't expect this.
Reevaluating, or maybe looking for a plan B when there never was one. I mean, just when you think you've got your bases covered, you run into a guy who's been in this ring and knows this business just as well as any seasoned wrestler does.
One of the advantages of being a referee or being involved in a ring capacity, not a combative ring capacity, but as something like a manager, something even like a ringside photographer, is that you get a very up-close and personal opportunity to observe the sport, to observe the competition, and you almost can't help but learn certain aspects of strategy that way. You may not know the moves, you may have to be taught how to execute them, but you certainly know a lot of the strategy going in. Right there, though, that strategy went directly to the gut of Mark Wilson, and now raking that bull's bootlaces across the eyes. I'm sure Damon Windsor witnessed that, and I'm sure he wishes that he could be anywhere but locked up in the back against that door.
Mark Wilson, I'm not going to say that he's getting more than he bargained for. He had to have had some kind of expectations coming out here, and knew to a certain extent that he was going to deal with pain. But again, Johnny Z is a master of inflicting pain, and herein lies the problem. Mark Wilson could have gotten more than he bargained for.
It's funny that you use the word expectations because that's what Impact Elite is all about. They have it for themselves, they have it for their opponents, and they demand.
Wait a minute, here we go! Here we go!
The man from Neosho, Missouri, carrying out something that another Missouri native, the great Lou Thez, carried out. 2 Thez presses and hammering down on the side. Oh!
That big boot went straight to Mark Wilson's jaw, and he is going to be hurting for a minute.
Big rally there by Mark Wilson. It appeared that he was going to be able to make, I don't want to say easy work, but he was going to be able to put down the IZW champion. But that boot changed everything.
It's funny how a piece of foot gear can change the whole dynamic.
Or a slap from Madam Commissioner Erica, as we just saw right there. And you see the two of them working again like a well-oiled machine, like we saw what wrestling should be earlier.
And it's no disqualification,
Yeah,
so
there's nothing
technically that's
do.
not dirty, even though it's typically their MO.
It's dirty. Believe me, it's dirty.
Right? This has got to be embarrassing for Mark Wilson. You know, he's not a competitor here, but this is Impact Elite trying to bully somebody right here, is what it is. That's what it comes down to.
Typical type of tactics that they like to do. We saw it earlier when they were double teaming Double D, when they dragged Damon Windsor into the back. They love to use the numbers game. They love to show off how their opportunities present themselves, how nobody can touch them. And an upstanding individual like Mark Wilson, who simply couldn't take it anymore, and now is put in a position here that he didn't bargain for, but he won't quit. He's down on the outside here, but he's not going to quit. Johnny C driving Wilson into the back, running those ribs right into the metal barricades.
Now lifting up, actually tearing the altered referee's jersey.
Just avoid that humiliation, as Johnny C basically right there shows exactly what the authority of referees and any authority figure means to him.
Absolutely nothing.
He doesn't care. He makes his own rules. No one can tell him what to do.
You know, he's got to love the idea of a no disqualifications match.
Well, maybe not right now. Good reversal there by Mark Wilson as he puts down the champ.
I'll tell you what, CM, I've walked past those stairs before, and being the somewhat non-coordinated individual that I am, I've bumped my knee on him. That hurts. I can only imagine having my head slammed into it, or, you know, like before, being thrown full on into it.
Those metal stairs have absolutely zero give, just like the rampway that we saw Brandon Bishop driven into, or that we saw Damon Windsor put down into earlier.
Zero give and no mercy for the human body whatsoever. They're an inanimate object. They're there to...
No! And there's another inanimate object, those steel ring posts. They don't budge either.
No, they don't.
And the head of Mark Wilson driven straight into that one by Johnny C as he moves around to express his disdain for some of the members of the IZW world on the outside.
Brock Landers telling Johnny Z to take it back in the ring.
Well, Brock Landers can only exert so much authority himself, but it appears that Johnny C wants to do that, I'm sure. He believes that it would be great to be able to put this humiliation that he has staged here on a higher scale, bringing it back up so that everybody can see just what he wants to dish out. And I think maybe he feels it. Yes, Johnny Z feels it.
Oh no, Johnny Z is getting ready for his big move in the corner, which as we know is a big
Mark Wilson
finish.
is taking so much punishment here. This could be it. This is, no! Wilson!
I am breathing a sigh of relief right
And
now.
Mark Wilson scooping up the natural born leader.
Gets him down for a 2 count, and that was incredible as it
Small
was.
package by Mark Wilson. Again, only good enough for 2.
I'll tell you what, if Damon Windsor is watching this, locked up in the back as he is, I'm sure that absolutely thrilled him.
Oh, I know it does. I know right now Damon Windsor is handcuffs. Same with Double D. As Wilson made a successful charge, let's do it again. Yes, another big blow to the midsection.
Now bringing on the chops is Mark
The
Wilson,
chops he
and his
learned.
hand is heavy as ever.
You know he learned these from Double D.
There's only one way to get that slapping sound and the full pain effect, and that's to learn from the master of the chop, which is Double D himself.
And unfortunately, that boot, well, he may not have connected with the big running one. And Mark Wilson down there with a bulldog off the second rope. Another patented maneuver from the natural born leader as Johnny C moves in. Oh, and look at that. Johnny
That
C
shoulder
says
comes.
it's not enough.
Oh,
C still wanting to toy with Mark Wilson. He says, I want to put him away the way that I want to put him away.
wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a minute, what is this?
that's what wrestling should be.
Doing on the ground?
That's Team Bull.
Oh my
Team
God.
Bull has put down what wrestling should be, and the handcuffs. The handcuffs
Windsor's
are
loose,
empty.
baby. That means Windsor
Johnny C
is
has
free.
seen it. Johnny C's the man. Oh. Well, Johnny C, you wanted to know where David Windsor is? I think he's about to tell you himself. Big business on his way down the ramp.
Oh! Mark Wilson delivers a kneeling uppercut to the groin of Johnny Z.
And it's completely legal.
No disqualifications.
And Windsor now. Windsor in the ring, tell him, put him up, take it down. As he waits, and he puts his hands on a man, both of them together.
There it
Down
is.
goes the champion. Wilson in with the pin, hooks the leg.
And he's got it.
Mark Wilson has won a professional wrestling match.
Ladies and
Who would have
gentlemen,
thought?
Your winner, Mark Wilson!
The Butterscotch Stallion victorious over the IZW champion.
Who would have thought that a man who's normally an official could come out here and defeat the IZW champion?